Hello, and welcome to another Tristan Has Thoughts Destiny 2 discussion. Today I wanted to talk about how Bungie is handling some of our older characters. In the last few seasons, I felt as if Bungie is unsure what they want to do with some of the larger players in the universe, and have slowly but surely been writing them out to clean the slate for the future. In this video, I go over why I don't agree with some of the choices we've seen narrative-wise so far, and what this could mean for the future of the game. I think the first character I want to speak about is Rasputin. Rasputin to me was always a morally great character. Built for the protection of humanity, Rasputin always did what he felt was best for the cosmos. Even though he supposedly has humanity's best interests at heart, he has still always essentially done what he wanted. He decided to sic Siva on the Iron Lords out of pettiness. He was the one who led to Felwinter's ultimate death, a character he considered his own son. Osiris has called Rasputin a betrayer, a murderer, and a thug in the past. The Bray family shaped me to be an all-seeing savior, while your vanguard sought to wield me as a primitive weapon. But today, that ends, and I define the reality of my own existence. My sight will stretch to the end of this system and beyond. Never again will a threat go unseen. From this day forward, I will defend humanity on my own terms. I am Rasputin, guardian of all I serve. I have no equal. This is a quote from Rasputin himself from the Warmind expansion. Rasputin has always seen himself as the best protector of humanity. He is an egotistical warmind who has always sat on the morally gray line. I think this is what made Rasputin more interesting. Yes, in more recent years, we have seen a softer side of Rasputin, but his assistance in our affairs always came with the uneasiness that if he decided we were not the best fit to protect humanity, he would turn on us in an instant. He had done it before, and more than likely would do it again. This season seems to be pushing this feel-bad for Rasputin narrative. They have removed Rasputin's iconic garbled Russian-esque voice and replaced it with a suave, normal-speaking voice. I expect this is to make Rasputin more relatable and easier to identify with. They've also tried to give him softer dialogue to show his more human side and his ability to feel human emotions. I have to assume this is to give Rasputin some sort of redemption arc so he can be written out of the story in some way. The issue is, Rasputin doesn't really deserve a redemption arc. He was always his most interesting when he was the tyrant protector of humanity. I don't love what Bungie has been doing with its older characters, and I think Rasputin is the most obvious version of this. I think another character we can point to is Nezarec. Nezarec has been a character shrouded in mystery for as long as I can remember. We've had small hints and stories as to how and what Nezarec was, but recently this year we had a pseudo-conclusion to the story of Nezarec. We learned that Nezarec was a disciple of the Witness and led the original collapse that destroyed most of humanity. His pyramid ended up on the moon, where he went into a deep sleep, after which the Fallen discovered his body and took parts of it to give them power. From this, we flow into the Season of the Plunder storyline, where we slowly collect the pieces of Nezarec so his power cannot be used by our enemies. After we have collected some of the most powerful pieces of the Herald of the Collapse, we superfy him. Now, I have to imagine this is hopefully not the end for Nezarec, but if this is, what an unimaginative ending for him. Last but not least are the factions. Factions were always supposed to be a large background part of the story as they represented all the people in the last city and their voices. Unfortunately, with Season of the Splicer, all of the factions simply left the city and have not been heard from since. Bungie simply removed them from the story because they couldn't find a way to work them into the story, which is a shame. The factions could have been an interesting part of the evolving narrative as we never see the world from any view other than a Guardian. The factions could have been a bridge between the average citizens of the last city and the Guardians. Overall, I do enjoy the seasonal stories mostly. I think my main issue is with the direction older characters are taking. It feels like Bungie is trying to wipe the slate clean for the future, but a lot of our past characters are fan favorites and all have some interesting stories. I think it's a shame to wipe that all away. What do you think? Do you think it's better for Bungie to wipe the slate to bring us new characters? Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section. As usual, I will be keeping an eye on the comment section, so please keep it respectful and I will respond to any comments that I see. Subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content as I upload daily, and remember, for each like this video gets, a capybara gets a big scritch.